All right, welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Monty and Murdy College Football Show. As discussed on the last episode, Monty was unable to make it this week, but we wanted to make sure we got y'all an episode. So we got Day joining us again for this episode to do our Week 4 previews. Day, what's up, man? How are you, buddy?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Ready to talk about the games. Ready to figure out what's the picks.
Trying to figure out who's going to come out on top here in a stacked Week 4 schedule. Stacked Week 4 schedule. So without any further ado, man, let's go ahead and dive into it. Number one game on the radar. You know what it is for me.
Oh, you.
It's Oklahoma, and they've got Jackson Arnold and the Auburn Tigers coming to Norman. I will actually be at this game, 2:30 Central Time in Norman. Huge game, right? Both teams are going to be entering 3-0, undefeated. Number 11 Oklahoma, number 22 Auburn. Oklahoma is currently a 6.5-point favorite here at home. So that means usually on a neutral site, this is about a 3.5-point spread. Auburn has shown a lot, man, through this season. You mentioned on last episode that you really like the Auburn Tigers.
I do.
You really like how they put together. Got
like
that
Auburn
big
Tigers.
early win against Baylor that continue to looks better and better. The better that Baylor is playing. But I do have some question marks when it comes to how complete of an offense Auburn is, and they also have some question marks in regards to the secondary and how they're able to pass defend, which actually got exposed a little bit when they just played South Alabama last week. So if South Alabama is able to expose some stuff on your defense, get ready because
True.
John Mateer and this Oklahoma offense and those wide receivers they're going to be coming hot into this one.
Well, yeah, John Mateer already has almost 1,000 passing yards.
Yeah, and that's not against, Oklahoma hasn't had the, most cakewalk of schedules so far this season. They've already played Michigan, which is notorious for their defense and their offensive line and trench play there. But I think my question marks come. Obviously, Jackson Arnold's coming back. OU's quarterback last year transferred in the offseason to Auburn. He is their starting quarterback. A lot is going to be made about Jackson Arnold's return to Norman. I think it's going to be a loud environment. I think Norman's going to be rocking. The fans are going to be ready for this one. So I think Jackson Arnold's going to struggle with some communication issues, especially with how much that Auburn front likes to move and motion and communicate. I think that the fan base is going to play a big role in this one, trying to disrupt some of that. And I think the biggest factor in this one is Oklahoma's defense, right? They're playing like one of the top defenses in the country. Auburn has, to this point, presented themselves as mainly a run first team. So if Auburn's not able to split it up and being able to throw the ball here and press this Oklahoma team deep, then that defense is going to do what they did to Michigan, and they're going to come crush that Auburn running game and make Auburn basically
pass the ball. I mean, technically, he doesn't even have 70 pass attempts yet, but he has 4 touchdowns. But when you look at Mater, he's already over 100 passing attempts and 5 touchdowns, and like I said, almost 1,000. He has over almost half of what Arnold has in passing yards this season. So if they snub out the run game, it looks like you're gonna start leaning on something that you're not really incorporating into your offense.
Yeah, right now, I mean, Auburn's been able to play bully ball, which could be just a factor of their opponents. However, I don't think they were really holding back, especially with a first week game against Baylor, who they knew was a good opponent, and who played them like a good opponent. It kind of keeps you from being able to hold the reins back too much, and try to play some cover-ups there. So I think they had to play Baylor full, and they had to I just think that's what Auburn is. They are a run-first team. They do a lot of good run games. Hugh Freeze has been a good offensive coach for a long time. I think he incorporates a lot of good concepts into his run schemes. However, if your plan is to go in against this Oklahoma D-line and strictly run the ball down their throats, good luck to you. That's all I gotta say, man. Good luck to you, because they are nasty on the offensive front there, or on the defensive front there. So looking for big games. We'll see what some big defensive performances from Jaden Jackson, from David Stone. R. Mason Thomas got he got a targeting call. So Oklahoma's
Well, he's like,
premier edge rusher, he
yeah,
got a
so he
targeting
would
call
be
in the
here.
second half. So he's going to probably miss the first half. Obviously, they got the appeals that we're still waiting to go through. Hadn't heard back on that, but normally they just stick with whatever the refs called. So probably going to be missing him for the first half of this game. He'll come in fresh in the second half.
Maybe they'll exploit it. Maybe they'll open up. You never know. Maybe they
You, ne-
know.
you
Never know.
never know. But for this one, a lot in the ballots here for both teams. I think it's going to be important for both these teams to start their SEC schedule off with a big win here. I think 4-0 means a lot to both of these teams, especially when you look at the road forward for both of them.
Yeah.
But as I said earlier, this is a 6.5 point spread, and I like OU bigger than that.
You're like, oh, you bigger than
6.5.
bigger than that 6.5.
Yeah. I think OU is just. I think whenever you talk about a head coach and a quarterback that played underneath him, I think I got to go advantage head coach, because he's going to know Jackson Arnold's tendencies. Now, granted, some of them are probably changed, but he knows what he struggles with, right? He knows which coverages he struggles with reading. He practiced against him all the freaking time. So he knows where he struggles. He knows what kind of weak points, and you're not doing your job as a defensive coordinator if you're not trying to test those and see if he's been able to fix those underneath Hugh Freeze, right? So
Yeah.
with that, and with the way this OU's defense is playing, I think Auburn has been too one-dimensional. I think OU will make them one-dimensional again. OU's got some really good corners that are going to be able to cover, especially with some of Auburn's,
Spectacular offense.
spectacular wide receivers.
Yeah, they got, they have a lot of right. So I'm not gonna count them out. You say plus, I say Auburn Tigers. I take the spread
You're going Auburn with the points.
with the points.
So you're
I
saying
think
they
they're
keep
gonna
it closer.
lose, but I think it's going to be. I don't know, man. I mean, either they come out there and defensively, like you said, they can't stop the pass, and Sooners just stop the run game. But like I said, you have two high caliber wide receivers out there. I mean, at some point, you're going to have to throw the ball. I mean, I think that going into the SEC, being in the SEC, they know they can't win games running the ball, especially in today's time.
You have to be able to mix it up, right? Because having a good passing game makes the safety stay back, makes them respect it, allows you to run the football. And then the vice versa is true. If you can't run the football, then they're just going to play coverage on you and then make it really difficult, and then just beat you with 6. Yeah. And make you beat them with 6.
I feel like Auburn has heart, if we can see, because, I mean, if you remember the week 1, they were just getting whooped by Baylor. And the next thing you know, they came back, and next thing you know, actually, they weren't never losing. They were just beating the crap out of them from the beginning, weren't they? They were just dominating them.
I need to go back. I have to go back and refresh myself on that game.
Let me see, because I think either they were losing for a little bit and they came back.
Looks like Auburn was up.
Yeah, okay. Auburn was up the entire game. 7.
And then Baylor, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Looks like Auburn was pretty much up the entire game.
So I don't know. I got a little faith in them keeping the game tight, not necessarily winning, just due to the quarterback play of OU. But
of OU of Auburn?
OU.
Okay. So you got some question marks in regards to the, or is that why you think OU's winning? Is because of the quarterback?
That's why I think OU. That's why I think they're going to win.
Yeah, I think John Batier. You can ask any OU fan out there. He's definitely been an upgrade over what Jackson Arnold was for this team last year.
Yeah.
But like I said, he's got 3 interceptions so far. Now, granted, interceptions are not always made the same, right? Some of them have been they hit the receiver in the hands, and then the receiver gets knocked out, and then the defense strips the ball. Technically counts as interception, right? But is that something that's on the quarterback?
Let me see, because right now, no, yeah, he does have three. He has 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. I mean, it depends, you know. It all depends. Like
So,
it just depends.
yeah, so we'll look forward to a good matchup there in Norman. I look forward to seeing it, but you're going with Auburn to take the points.
I'll
Auburn with the
take
points.
Auburn. I'll take Auburn on the spread.
Auburn on the
Plus,
spread, but OU still to win.
OU still to win.
Yeah, and
I
I like OU covering that 6.5 there against Auburn. Um, so let's go ahead and roll into our next one, man. Another big matchup, Big Ten football kicking off. We got Michigan and Nebraska going squaring off, and I believe both of their Big Ten debuts for the year. Michigan is currently a 1.5 point favorite. Opened as a 2.5 point, currently a 1.5. Um, this is Nebraska with Matt Rule in year 3 in a huge game against Michigan. That Michigan team that really can't afford another early loss. For if they want to keep their aspirations open for the college football playoff, and also the Big Ten can't really afford an early loss here to Nebraska. Nebraska currently a 3-0, and they played a really tight opener, and then they played some lesser competition. Were able to dominate them as good teams should. And then obviously Michigan um, coming off a dominant win over Central Michigan, which, like I said, we're not raising a flag, we're not hanging a banner for dominate Central Michigan there, but
no.
was promising to see how Bryce Underwood performed and rebounded after the loss to Oklahoma.
I feel like University of New Mexico first game, and then to come back to lose to OU. That was, it's not as fast as Texas versus Ohio State was, but that's quick to jump out the gates to have to play spectacular.
Especially as a true freshman, right? This is a
Yeah,
kid. This kid straight out of high school.
you know, but I do believe that Nebraska's going to win this one.
You like
I
Nebraska
love.
here?
I'm a fan of the second coming of
Pat
what's his name?
Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes. I am a fan.
I think he's
I
like
truly.
I think Raiola's like a great value Pat Mahomes.
I
This dude's like he's not Frosted Flakes, but he's like,
he's
he's
but he's still young. Like, it's just his sophomore season. He's no interceptions, 8 touchdowns. Come on, he's playing.
he's playing, but like I said, a lot of his stats came from playing against Akron and who they
You're
get
right.
last week, Houston Christian, right?
You're
So I
right.
mean,
You're right. You're right. I give you that in Cincinnati.
you're from you're from the Houston area. How big
Yeah.
school is Houston Christian? How big
Oh,
are we
that's not
talking?
that big of a school. Like you
That's
literally driving on 59 and you just go, you just roll right past them, brother. You didn't even know you passed it. This is the gate.
yeah,
You're just like, oh gosh, that's
yeah.
school. Okay.
So I mean, whenever you got stats like that, it's like you gotta weigh it a little bit, especially when you're playing in a school like Nebraska, right?
But
But Matt
but
Rule in year 3, he has been proven everywhere he has went. His year
listen,
3 is his freaking rock solid team. So can he do
listen.
it again this year?
Nebraska. What do you get from Nebraska? You get protection. You get offensive line protection.
You get, oh, you
And
talking about them? You talking about them cornfed boys?
brother, why you think the name's a Cornhusker, brother? Like
Corn.
you gotta, like man, like let's see. I wonder how many times he's been sacked. I got faith in Nebraska. I think that the Nebraska's biggest weakness is themselves. Anytime you watch a Nebraska game late at night, because it's always late at night, the only people that kind of beat Nebraska in their tier of games is Nebraska. Now, I'm
There
not
was
saying
a lot of self inflicted stuff last year. I'll
you
give you
know,
that.
it's. I'm not saying they're going out there to play Georgia tomorrow and supposed to beat Georgia. No, but do I believe that they can come out tomorrow and give this number 21 team Michigan that's kind of rocky a fight and maybe put them in a get themselves in an advantageous position to like seize the moment? Heck yeah, I got nothing but faith. Nothing
Yeah,
but faith.
I think they can. They have the potential to play Michigan tight. I have question marks about which Bryce Underwood we're going to get, right? Because
Boom.
are we getting
That
Central
matters.
Michigan Bryce Underwood, or are we getting OU Bryce Underwood?
Well, I mean, they're not
Michigan's
getting
also
Central
playing
Michigan.
this game without Sharon Moore. Head coach
They're
is not going to be there for this one.
take your picks on Nebraska. Nebraska, corn husker Saturday. I'm telling you, I feel it. I feel like I just feel it.
I'm a,
Nebraska.
I'm gonna disagree. I
Okay,
I think Michigan is going to be too much in the offensive and defensive lines for Nebraska. A
that
team
is their
that's
strong suits.
a team that struggled with Cincinnati. I think I think they have had some games that improved their stats and their numbers there. Um, but I think Michigan, whenever you come and you face that front, I just don't know if Nebraska's quite there to be able to compete on those offensive and defensive lines against a
I
team
mean,
like Michigan.
if it's a slinger, if it's a shootout, then I don't. If it's
If
a
it's a shootout,
shootout, I can take Nebraska.
yeah,
If it's a shootout, but if they're talking about in the trenches type game, no, I think Nebraska's just history, and being in big games is going to help them in certain things. But again, like I got faith. I just because yeah, they played Cincinnati week 1, but it's week 1. Shoot,
yeah,
it's week 1.
it's week one. There's a lot to
It's
learn from it, right?
it's
A lot of coaches will tell you your biggest jump is from week one to week two.
it,
But the
it's
thing
week
is
one
we haven't compared Nebraska
to
or Michigan
anybody.
for that matter, except for
Oh,
uh,
you.
OU, right? So still a lot to learn from both those teams. We got. Let's get on to the next one, right? So you're taking Nebraska. I'm
I'm
taking
taking
Michigan.
Nebraska.
This one, it doesn't really matter about spread. It's a pick 'em game at 1.5. So it's really just who you like there to win the game overall. Next one we got on the slate, Big 12 matchup, big one, Texas Tech
Texas Tech, baby.
versus Utah in Salt Lake City. Utah is currently a 3.5 point favorite, which mainly you get for home field advantage. Like I said, normally you get 3 points if you were playing at home, and Utah's getting those. So this is basically another pick 'em game. Um, for this one, dude, whenever I'm breaking it down, right, neither one of these teams has really had a formidable opponent. We thought Utah's big win over UCLA might have been something, but obviously we've seen Deshaun Foster's already been fired from his job there at UCLA, so probably not as impressive as what it may have looked like in week one. Texas Tech hasn't really had the opportunity to play anybody, but they're doing what good teams do to bad football teams. If whenever you have the advantage, you're supposed to play like you're supposed to win out, you're supposed to blow them out, and that's what Texas Tech has been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the real question is Texas Tech has played Moneyball this offseason, brought in a bunch of players from the transfer portal, and is that going to be enough to make Texas Tech be able to take that next step? And this game is the first point in proving of whether or not Texas Tech is going to be able to do that.
I wouldn't necessarily take per se the spread of +3 because I don't know if it's going to be. It's just going to be gunslinging. You know, I feel like they're just going to both come out there, and I love the Raiders' offense. I love the quarterback. I mean, he's very 11 touchdowns, 1 interception. Like he's my favorite person. Also the backfield. I love the running back. So I don't know. I'm interested. I think I'm gonna take Texas Tech on this one. If I was a betting man, I think that
Yeah.
they're going to keep that mojo going all the way to Salt Lake. And like you said, the money. Like you look at what Texas Tech has done in every other sport. They're climbing the ranks in every sport at that school.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you want, they're going to
It's
get the
Moneyball
talent.
now. That's
It's
what it is.
Moneyball. They're going to get the talent that they need. And, I'm not saying that they're going to go to the end of it end all, but I believe this year, next year, and, they're starting to get their footing. Because it's Texas Tech, man. Nobody really wants to go to Lubbock, but you got the man from Landmine out there passing out cash. Well, why not? Let's go play. Why not? You know?
Yeah.
And now we got a good team. Now we're somewhat of a high ranked team. I got faith in them.
Yeah, I think it's really big for Morton to be returning for Texas Tech this year. I think he started off the season really hot, and he'll probably look to try to continue that. Texas Tech had a really good record in one-score games last year, and if they can continue to improve that, I think Kyle Whittingham's defense for Utah will help keep this game close. I think Utah might be a little better on the defensive side of the ball
Mm-hmm.
than Texas Tech is, but I think Texas Tech's probably maybe just be a little too much offensive wise for Utah to be able to compete.
I mean, right now, technically, team stats are second in FBS, passing yards per game.
Who Texas Tech is?
Yep. And they're
Yeah,
first in points for. I mean, but like you
yeah.
said, they ain't played nobody. But I
They
mean,
ain't playing nobody.
but every time your offense touches the field playing nobody, that's practice reps.
It is.
We're going against live opponents that's really trying to cover us. Yeah, they may not be the talent, but we're still out here getting live reps. So when we do get into these tight games, we can work on these plays that we scored on or that we got to, it's not we don't have to work on everything at practice because
Yeah.
we're out here just having fun right now.
Sometimes,
Pros and
sometimes,
cons.
sometimes all you need is to see the ball go in the hoop, right?
Boop. Hey, baby.
Boop.
Now we
All
got
right.
faith.
We got faith, right? So let's go ahead, roll on. Both going Texas Tech there over number 16 Utah in a pretty close pickup game. So Texas Tech to Utah's technically favored, so Texas Tech to upset Utah there. Let's roll on to what I believe should have been the game that College Game Day is going to, but they are not. College Game Day has announced that they are actually going to Miami versus Florida.
Wow.
So they're going to go watch Billy Napier pee down his leg again. So that's fantastic.
I guess because it's number 5 Miami, it's in-state rivalry. I can see why you would go there. Now, if Florida would have won this week against LSU, 100%. But
Yeah,
we're going to get
100%.
100%. But they didn't win, so now we're going to give. I'm not saying game day. Game day is supposed to be where you think the best game is going to be.
And they didn't play last year, but they've matched up 88 times. I don't know if I tried to find another matchup where these two teams were ranked, both of them ranked whenever they played. Couldn't find one. If there's one that exists, hey, let me know in the comments. That's on me. But like I said, I couldn't find one where they were both ranked going into this game. Indiana is currently a 4.5 point favorite. This is going to be a night game, so this is going to be NBC's Big Ten Saturday night game. Um, huge, huge offering there, right? We got Brett Bielema, Illinois. We got Kurt Signetti. Just Google him. He wins football games. Leading Indiana this year, again this year. And man, this is a tough one to pick for me. Um, I can be honest with you that I had to watch some highlight clips of Indiana. I just haven't caught many of their games. Uh, but they both teams 3-0 here. However, I think I have to go with Illinois in this football game. I think I predicted them to get the upset. I know what I can get out of Luke Altmaier. I believe I could trust him in a big game. Fernando Mendoza, transfer quarterback in over the offseason. I just don't quite know what I'm going to be able to get from him yet. That doesn't mean that they can't win this game. Heck, it's a home game for them, so they got every opportunity to win this game, right? But I got to go with what I can trust a little bit. I trust Kirk Cignetti can win games, but this Illinois has proved that they can already beat what a lot of people believe to be a good team in Duke. Not looking as good as after Duke lost to Tulane, but was able to beat Duke pretty handily, this Illinois team already this season. So a lot I can trust there. I think they can potentially go up here and get an upset win over Indiana.
Indiana over Illinois.
No, Illinois over Indiana.
Illinois over Indiana.
Illinois over Indiana. That's where I'm going.
Okay. Because I'm looking at Illinois quarterback Luke Altmaier. 709 passing yards and 8 touchdowns. But again, who have they played? I mean, he's 56 or 78. He's averaging basically a first down to throw, as long as it's a 60-yard pass. I don't know. I don't really know much about either team. Like I think I caught Indiana a week ago or two, late night or whenever. I don't really watch a lot of Illinois or per se Indiana football, so I think I'm gonna learn a lot on this one
Yeah,
and just see
it'll
who
be a
the
good
teams
one.
are.
I think the whole country is going to kind of be tuned into this one just to kind of learn what they can learn about these two teams who are college football playoff contenders at this point. Um, But when you look at the quarterback stats, man, they're almost identical, right?
Yeah.
Uh, Fernando Mendoza, he's 55 for 76, 708 yards with 9 touchdowns. Luke Altmaier's 56 for 78, 709 yards with 8 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, almost identical there. And it's going to make for a really good matchup. But like I said, I just feel like, at least quality opponent wise, I've watched and learned a little bit more about this Illinois team than I have Indiana. So Luke Altmaier was quarterback for him last year. Brett Bielema, former Arkansas coach. Um, I feel like I know what I'm going to get a little bit more from this Illinois team. So that's basically, I'm just leaning towards my comfort zone in this pick is really all it boils down to for me.
Okay, well, the odds said that Indiana is going to win. No,
I'd say Indiana's going to win. So who you taking? Illinois, Indiana?
if I just had to choose right now, man, I love a
Gun to your
just
head. Who you got?
just give me Indiana, baby. Let's go make the upset. Why not?
Well, I mean, you're the favorite at home. Is it really an upset? I mean, you're playing number 9, so I guess it could be an upset in that respect.
If that, I mean, but that's like anything, I guess. You know,
Yeah,
that's why we go storm the field because we're at home.
so we're at home. Hey,
Yeah,
we're in Bloomington, Indiana. I
we're at
think
home.
you're due for a field storming in Bloomington,
I
Indiana.
hope they take the field goal post.
Oh,
You
I don't know
know,
where you're going to take them. I don't know if there's any rivers or where you're going to run it to, but
I don't care what you do with it, but I understand. Like, I feel like if you guys take down number 9 Illinois, which again nobody really knows either about you teams, I mean, at least you set the country like, hey, at least they're here to play.
they're here to
You know,
play, right?
at least they're here to play.
Lot on the line for both these teams, and really what is going to be both their kind of opening stage to the rest of the country, showing what these two teams have in 2025.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, see, this is weird. So my thing is, you say that you're favorite at home, but that's only because you're at home.
well, technically they would be favored if they weren't at home. Neutral site, they would be one and a
Un,
half points. They got to put
one
the
and a
line
half.
somewhere.
Yeah, I guess so. They got to put it somewhere. So, okay.
Yeah, so they'd be just over. So you're going with the home team, Indiana. I'm going with Illinois,
Yeah, I'm going with Indiana.
and we got one. Well, we got one, maybe one and a half more games to get to. This one we just want to touch on really quick. I think both of our opinions of this one are. Uh, I think we're both the same here. We got South Carolina traveling to number 23, Missouri, to take them on. And for this one, man, I got to go. I got to go with the Tigers.
No Sellers, no South Carolina. There's no
Yeah,
Gamecocks.
like I said, a lot of it's going to depend of whether or not he can get back. Okay, went out in the second quarter of the Vandy game. Whether or not he's going to be able to come back. If he doesn't, I just don't have a lot of faith in the South Carolina team to be able to go in there and upset a really hot Missouri team. Bo Pribula is out there throwing dimes. He's running the football very well, very effectively for him. This Missouri team looks really good. Maybe even a step up from last year. They may be a
They were good.
notch
They
up.
were good last year. They were
They were
very
good
good
last
last
year,
year.
but Bo Pribula may be a step up from Brady Cook. Interesting to see how Missouri plays out, but especially if South Carolina doesn't have Lenore Sellers, who's kind of their home run hitter, their Mr. Do Everything, I just don't see a way for them to be able to go in here and pull this one off. So I got to go with Missouri here.
I mean, you're going against the Missouri Tigers that, yeah, technically they played Central Arkansas, Kansas, and then Louisiana. They haven't really truly played anybody themselves. Their first competition was going to be Sellers. So if he's not here, there, I feel like Missouri is just going to keep running. But research Sellers' head injury. It says it's a head injury, but they still say his status is active. So you really don't know. Well, I
Yeah,
don't know.
probably
There's
won't find
people
out
that
till a little later in the week whether
yeah.
or not Sellers is going to be there.
Well, if he's there, I got faith in them winning. But if he's not, I think that Missouri Tigers is going ahead and just keep rolling on.
See, I think this might be controversial. I think with or without Sellers, I think Missouri wins this game. I don't think
I
it
can
matters if
agree.
he shows up.
Okay, I can get behind that because even when he is there, they don't really move the ball much to me.
They're not as good as the team that we saw last year.
I thought they'd be more high flying, with him in the pocket, stretching the field, but for him to only have 431 yards, they're not moving the ball.
Well, I mean, that was kind of the thing, and I think we all kind of, overdid it a little bit last year. I don't think South Carolina was really that good on the offensive side of the ball. They were good, right? Sellers was really good, especially towards the later end of the season. However, I think their defense was really their strong suit for that South Carolina team last year, and I just don't think their defense is as good this season.
No, I'll
And their
take
offense is
Missouri with
probably
you.
still on par for what they were last year. So that's why I think this Missouri team's probably going to get a hold of this South Carolina team and maybe take them to the woodshed a little bit, maybe even worse than what Vandy did. So we'll see. Um,
Yeah,
but I think we both got to go with Missouri here.
yeah, I'm with Missouri. Like I said, there's no question about it. If he ain't playing, they ain't playing.
That's what it boils down to. So me and Monty did it last week. Um, I'm gonna do it again here. Did you even pick? We put a potential upset of the week. Did you even pick one?
Not yet. What I will if I need be.
No, you ain't got to. I can give mine here. Um, so my upset of the week: North Texas versus Army. I think Army is technically favored in this game, but I believe that uh, North Texas is going to go in there and win this game pretty convincingly. I think Drew Mestamaker. I think the country's still not quite aware of him. I watched him last year in North Texas's bowl game. Dude's a baller. He can run the ball. He can throw the ball. He's a gamer, dude. I really like Drew Mestamaker at quarterback for North Texas, and I think this North Texas team they got a really good defense. At least it's shown at least through 3 weeks as they're 3-0. And I think they're just going to be a little bit too much on the offensive side and defensive side of the ball for Army with the triple option to be able to compete. I think North Texas is just going to put up too many points for the triple option to kind of hang with them, as you know,
Tag with them.
Army likes to do is drag people in the mud and make them play their type of football game.
I agree with that. I mean, the Mean Green have been blowing people out besides Western Michigan, and they gave them a run for their money there.
Mm-hmm.
But I did watch them a little bit against Washington State till it got pointless in watching. And it was surprising to me how well they were playing against Washington State, which, you would think like that would be a better game. Not saying that either one is better, but you just think that it would be like, hey, this is just Denton, Texas. But Denton, Texas is making a name for themselves.
Yeah, and I think the deal about it is Army. I think they got a little bit of benefit of the doubt from their win over Kansas State, but I don't think Kansas State is going to be near the team that even I thought they would be this year. They just haven't played like it to this point. And this is the same Army team that lost to Tarleton, right? Um, Nothing against Tarleton, but uh,
No,
I think this North Texas team and the playmakers that they have, and mainly Drew Messmaker at quarterback, I think they're just going to be too much for this Army team. So Army favored by 1.5. Lay the house on North Texas for me.
same. I'm right there with you.
Well,
I'm right
cool,
there
man.
with you.
That looks like we got through the biggest matchups of week 4 there. Man, what'd you think? Anything else? Anything else tingling on you? Any other thoughts?
No, not really. I mean, I'm just waiting for my Bama boys to start playing ball. That's
Wait,
that's all I'm worried about.
well, I think they who's Bama got this week? Nobody, right?
They got number 5 Georgia.
That's not this week.
That's not this week.
That's not this week. If that was this week, we would have definitely talked about it.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's not this week. Well, I don't
Uh-uh.
think they put the bye weeks
Yeah, they
on
don't.
the
I think
schedule.
I think that's a bye week. I think
Yeah,
next
it's the
week.
27th. This next
Yeah.
week. So this week they got a bye week. So when they come out and play, like that's game day right there. Because if Bama goes in there and somehow gets the shaky, I wouldn't say shaky because they came out dominant, but they still went to overtime. They still that's still in the back of their mind that Georgia had to go to overtime against Tennessee, which I mean, I don't know. Is Tennessee better than Bama?
We'll find out this year.
We'll find out.
We'll
So
find out. So
I don't know.
yeah, man. I appreciate you. I think we should all give Day Day a little round of applause as he came in to
Man,
fill in to make sure he was
Conspiracy.
dedicated to this show to be able to make sure that we were able to put a show on for y'all. Actually 2 episodes on for y'all this week. So, man, thank you for
Conspiracy,
tuning
brother.
in. We plan on Monty being back next week to be able to break down the week 4 games. Um, but overall, man, thank y'all for tuning in. As always, subscribe to the show. Follow us wherever you listen to podcasts, man. We're everywhere. Follow us on YouTube on our YouTube channel. Subscribe to it, and man, tell your friends about the show. That's one of the best ways for this thing to grow is word of mouth. If you really enjoyed the show, or if there's anything you want to let us know about the show, man, reach out in the comments. We'll get back to you, and we're always open for opinions and advice. So, man, until then, y'all enjoy y'all's college football week, and we'll catch y'all on the next side for a recap. Peace.